You sit down for a match, make a few instinctive moves, and suddenly find your pieces swept off the board before you've even settled in. To prevent that, we are going to build a specific 5-step framework. By the time we're finished, you will have a defensive fortress and a coordinated grid of pieces ready for action. To follow along, you'll need a physical chessboard or a digital chess app set to the easiest difficulty so you can mirror these moves in real time. We will use a visual checklist to track our progress through 5 distinct structural phases, from your first pawn move to your final piece activation. Successfully navigating these first 10 moves is the minimum requirement for a competitive game. If you don't secure the opening, you won't survive long enough to reach a winning middle game strategy. When looking at a clean board, your first objective is to claim physical territory in the 4 central squares. Step 1, move your E or D pawn 2 squares forward. This places a footprint directly in the board's center. This push isn't just about space, it physically clears the diagonal lines your queen and bishop need to join the game. Once that central pawn is moved, stop. Making unnecessary pawn moves in the opening wastes time and leaves your more powerful pieces trapped on the back rank. Step 2 is developing your minor pieces. The standard rule is to bring your knights towards the center before you move your bishops. This diagram shows why. A centralized knight influences 8 distinct squares, while a knight on the edge of the board is restricted to just 4. During this phase, do not move the same piece twice. You need to deploy as many different pieces as possible to build your presence on the board. By prioritizing your central pawns and minor pieces, you limit where your opponent can safely move their pieces, forcing them to respond to your setup. Now that you have a presence in the center, we need to secure the most critical asset on the board, your king. Step 3 is kingside castling. The king slides 2 squares right, and the rook jumps over it, tucking the king behind 3 pawns. Once castled, never move these 3 pawns. Pushing them creates holes in your defense impossible to fix later. With your king safe, step 4 is to activate your heavy artillery, your rooks and your queen. Advance your queen exactly 1 square forward. This is a subtle move with a very specific purpose. By moving the queen, you clear the back rank so your rooks are now connected. They can now protect each other across the entire width of the board. Resist the urge to bring the queen further out this early. If she enters the center too soon, your opponent can attack her with weaker pieces, forcing you to waste turns moving her to safety. With a protected king and connected rooks, the opening phase is complete. You have successfully transitioned from the starting blocks to a fully developed position. Take a look at the difference. On the left, the pieces are tripping over each other. On the right, our 5-step setup is balanced, with every piece occupying a useful square. This arrangement is highly defensible because your pieces provide mutual support. If one piece is attacked, another is already in position to defend it, leaving no easy targets. To make this second nature, go into a practice match and focus purely on reaching this 5-step setup as efficiently as possible. Now that you have a secure foundation, you are ready to explore middle game strategies like pin attacks or pawn breaks. Mastering this repeatable structural setup ensures that you start every match with a stable position and a genuine chance to play for the win.